That is accurate and true. When we first heard the path for 2023, at the beginning of last year, I was adamantly stating that Tesla was a free stock. As of right now, however, the stock price of Tesla is essentially gone. Gambled with almost nothing that could go wrong, Elon set such a low standard for the year that it was virtually impossible for Tesla to fail. In fact, they exceeded his expectations. Elon Musk stated that 1.8 million will be created, while Tesla exceeded that figure by 50,000. Tesla had already surpassed 1.8 million vehicles. Elon also mentioned that if there were no headwinds, there might have been as many as 2 million at that point. However, you may recall that I had previously stated that 2 million was nearly unthinkable due to the question of where the batteries might come from. I was very skeptical that 4680 would slope to anything useful in the same profit return to Elon, likewise pushed the digital truck send off to the furthest limit of the year, and Tesla hit that achievement after a few past pushbacks. He's additionally pushed back volume creation focuses for the digital truck, since that call to presumably at some point around 2025 now, not the finish of this current year any longer. Yet clearly Elon doesn't actually have the foggiest idea and is simply trusting. And on the last income call, he was presently cautioning us that digital hurl will slope exceptionally sluggish and further pushing volume creation targets. So I was purchasing up stock for most piece of the year and got a few decent plunges and figured out how to collect a sensible number of offers ultimately, and there were loads of smart motivations to purchase beside the slim likelihood of not hitting creation direction and digital throw. We additionally had Gen 3 vehicle with a gigantic new production line coming. We had a semi-industrial facility expansion in Nevada. We had another Model 3 new 80-hour-year cattle industrial facility 4680, inclining publicizing Elon venturing down from Twitter. We had the tax break at place to check out, and with the additional commitment Elon wouldn't sell in additional offers in 2023 either. Goodness and energy. Do you recall how energized everybody was about super PACs toward the beginning of the year? Definitely what occurred about mega PACs that was intended to be the thing planned to take the financials to a higher level for the year. Well, in Q3 Tesla sent 1/10 of a watt-hour more energy than they did in Q1. I would call that no development. We had fans claiming that the MEAP pack wouldn't only be lit this year. The manufacturing plant reached its maximum. They claimed that Tesla was, in any case, barricading the limit, and we should be mindful of the absurdities. We were informed that around half from Megapac's edges turned out to be not exactly a portion of that. We were intended to have another MEAP pack production line in China. Too, what occurred about that? Yet energy is currently contributing about $1.5 billion extra net benefit to Tesla yearly, which it wasn't previously. And yes, sure, a sensible measure of that is additionally the public authority in motivations that we're not getting before. To this was all the potential Tesla had for the year, and obviously anything out the blue, which frequently emerges from Tesla, which we had with occasions like Heritage taking on the Tesla charging organization Gracious, and an entire artificial intelligence development Gracious stand by an FSD would have been settled at last 2023 too, which was obviously the greatest arrangement yet has been deferred to this year. Now, which clearly will be logical in light of the fact that it's variant 12 this time, and it really utilizes simulated intelligence. While before it didn't, so it wasn't truly imaginable previously, yet presently it is. And it's just a question of processing power. Currently, it's all proverbial. You see, it wasn't tackled in 2022, because in view of the radar, so they needed to eliminate that. However, at that point, they found that wasn't the explanation. It was the computer-based intelligence. So they recorded the entire thing and began once more, yet presently they know it's artificial intelligence. So it will be tackled in the end when there's an adequate number of information and PCs are strong enough. We simply don't have the foggiest idea how much information we really want and how strong the PC should be, and will they be strong enough this year or in 2069? We don't have the foggiest idea, and obviously Elon doesn't either. Fanboys really do, however, so best to pay attention to them. At any rate, like I said, last year was a free year, low risk, putting resources into Tesla, and this multitude of potential occasions. Yet those lives are gone now. How about we go through the others? We discuss energy. What might be said about Gen 3? Well, Gen 3 got postponed, and no indication of Mexico starting in the next year or so. But fanboy math will show you it's a good indication that Gen 3 will be available shortly, if not now. No joke, that is what the MF says, since Walter Isaacson was conscious of the privileged data that there is really a Gen 3 pilot line in Texas as of now, with the exception of nobody has a lot of familiarity with it or has seen it yet. It's certainly there, and it implies the reduced Gen 3 robot taxi, $25,000 vehicle Model 2, or anything Elon calls it in the future will be out even sooner. Currently, however, as per Elon, it's predominantly been deferred because of loan fees in light of the fact that less individuals need to purchase vehicles presently. Besides, in 2022, there were 13 million vehicle deals in the U.S., and presently, since these higher rates we saw in 2023 15 million deals in the U.S., yet Elon expresses interest for new vehicles is down, which is the reason we will not get to expect Mexico until loan costs descend in spite of it, probably requiring no less than a year to fabricate Mexico, then 6 to a year to see volume creation. So all in all, Elon's anticipating that interest for vehicles should be down regardless of them truly being up for an additional 2 years, as that is when rates could descend, despite the fact that this is a cheaper vehicle, which implies it is more reasonable in such a monetary climate. So I find it hard to accept a lot of what Elon is talking about with regards to that. My hypothesis is maybe that a minimized Tesla will detract from the interest of different vehicles to an extreme, or maybe there essentially isn't the interest for conservative, that we trusted talk is cheap oak. So in the event that we don't utilize fanboy math, it's more probable there is no nobility in volume creation, until most likely no less than 2026. Now at this stage, I said volume creation, which I would likewise gather to imply that creation line to hit. You shouldn't expect that Generation 3 will improve the financials until roughly equal to the initial investment, which suggests that it will consume a significant amount of capital expenditure before then, and thereafter benefit with high opinions. You know, if everything works out in 2027 or 2026. In the meantime, there's the Cybertruck slope, which seems to be becoming slower every time Elon says it will. So maybe that will happen. Equal the initial investment in a year, and might make a significant financial contribution in 2025. That is a strength for the vehicle, which is incredible and unique. Hey, I've never said Tesla makes bad cars, since I'm the only one who loves the product so much so that I think everyone should know about it. I tell as many people as I can, but maybe Tesla should spread the word and inform more people. I like a lot of you, and I'm guessing Elon doesn't know why demand isn't higher and why so many people choose to buy Toyotas instead of Teslas. Well, the opportunity Tesla advertised was one more piece of expectation for 2023, and Elon said they would try it, but maybe spend $200,000 or $300,000 on some awful Google ads. What a disappointment! The customer was hardly given the opportunity to learn another life-saving skill or extension. I suggest that was a joke in the first place, because we don't currently have 4680 assembled. Excuse me, but there's a dramatic inclination there as well, which I think you'll see as well. It's fairly easy to incline dramatically when you start at zero, so we should gauge how long the next cluster of 460s will take. I'm anticipating zero sloping, unless there's another creation line that suggests the inclining is straight. Yes, I was 100% accurate regarding the year's work with the 4680 cells. As everyone agrees, it's really important and has no bearing on clean energy or benefits. Unless, of course, Tesla manages to reach 100 watt lengthy periods of 46, with the possible exception of hitting more like 10 or maybe 20 hours, given that they have all the necessary resources. Ed Sal's this year is 2 years behind in terms of battery day focuses. In the interim, who knows what technological advances Tesla can make or what air pockets might appear to raise the proportion to 200 or 300. I am betting on seeing a lot of opportunities with the stock price over the next 2 years, and I will do everything in my power to exchange and profit from it. In any case, let me know your thoughts in the comments section about what I missed. Thank you for listening. In the meantime, before they make incredible progress, the stock price is going to resemble a quill in the breeze and could do anything.